Boston, we on 1 to go. Right side on the restart. Pit road is closed.
Alright, so we're on the back stretch at Daytona, lined up in the GT Sprint Series. As you can tell, I'm doing voiceover because, once again, doing another video, the microphone didn't record while I was doing the race. So I'll do a little bit of voiceover commentary as you watch, and hopefully get some insight into the race. So the race is 40 minutes. We're at the Daytona road course, one of my favorite places to drive, sitting in the Ferrari 488. And looking forward to a good race. It's been a while since I'd raced in this series. And after doing the Mazda MX-5 series all last season, I wanted to do some different things this season and see if we can have some fun doing other cars. So we're going to be going on the pace lap shortly here, and this race was pretty...
minutes. The track temp is 75. The air temp is 73 Fahrenheit.
This race was pretty good. Starting P20 on the grid.
We need to follow car number 13 in the right lane.
The first quarter or more of the race, pretty intense. And then we got some good battles along the way.
We need to be behind the 22. Should be starting behind the 27. Looks like you'll be lining up behind the 25.
Alright, so we're on a short pace lap here. Going to use the bus stop through here, and then onto the banking of 3 and 4, NASCAR 3 and 4 there.
I think we should be behind
right to the green flag. So like always, on the green flag starts, you don't know what to expect, what's going to happen, where the cars are going to go. So you kind of want to make sure that you keep the car clean, keep everything safe on the first lap or two. That way you don't damage the car or mess up the rest of your race. We're going to be going green here any second, so buckle up. Alright, play it nice and safe into turn 1 here. Not pressing the issue going into the bricky zone. So it's going to be a pretty clean turn 1.
Still there.
Not much drama here. You can see that white Merc behind me is going to do a pretty interesting move up the inside of to the left side of me. He's going to dive through there really quickly and make it really tight into the horseshoe.
Well done, Charles. Good start.
He's moving.
So is that. He's leading the race.
Clear.
So after that little close call, we're back in the groove here. Everybody's pretty much spread out, lined up, nose to tail.
Right side.
Almost came to the back of that Porsche there, or BMW, whatever that was.
Still there.
Can't see.
Still there.
Get onto the banking for the first time. Now my setup for this race, my car was a little bit more. Had a little bit more downforce than the other cars, so my straight line top speed wasn't super great, but try to make up for that with nice slipstream and getting a good run off the corners. It didn't really affect too much in this race.
Still there. Clear. Left side, clear.
Big P6 has binned it in. Bus stop.
You'll see throughout the race a bunch of incidents going onto the bus stop, and a lot of them helped me the position. You'll see some cars spinning off to the left, spinning off to the right over the course of the race. Trying to keep in line, keep a nice slipstream here. I think about 176 before I put the brakes on. I almost take out this BMW here really close. And that was one of my oh shit moments I had during the race. One of very few, but it was definitely a big one. And that could have been disastrous for the rest of the race if we did that.
Still there. Clear. Left side.
Gomez
Clear.
is now in the lead.
So again, through the infield, I have a bit of an advantage with the higher downforce. Slightly higher downforce, not much, but on the banking, you'll notice just, I don't really pull away too much. The guy behind there just bumping me a bit. No incident points for that. Just probably just misjudged his braking point a bit. Back onto the banking, you'll see that I can't really catch too much in the slipstream. But I also don't lose much, so it's kind of balanced out.
There's an incident in. We'll stop.
Left side. Clear him. Left side. Still there. Still there.
As you see, I'm side by side with this Merc here, and I can't pass. The car behind trying to do a little bit of a bump draft to keep me going, which helps a little bit. If it wasn't for him, I'm sure that I would have gotten past by that Merc. And this car on the inside going way down the inside of turn 1 here. Just chucking it up past 3 cars.
Right side.
I hit him by accident. That was sketchy of me, but definitely not intentional. Took a 4X for that hit, so my fault for sure. But no harm, no foul. We didn't ruin any races with that, so.
We'll stop.
Another one.
Yellow flag.
It's kind of the theme of the race is the bus stop incidents.
Left side. Still there. Clear, clear, clear. Your eyes open.
There's an incident in turn 1. It looks like Gomez.
Your eyes open.
Another
Lap time
close
was
moment in
1:46,
turn 1 there.
1:33.
I didn't want to go 3 wide, so I kind of backed up a bit, but I didn't want to lose any speed, so I kind of rolled it through and almost hit that same BMW. So you have a contrast here at Daytona with the long banking corners. A lot of time to rest and relax a bit, but on the infield here it's really tight.
Turn 5.
Track's
Looks like
narrow,
it's full at one
racing's
right
close.
flag.
And with my little bit of aero advantage, grip advantage through these corners, I can keep up
Still
pretty
there,
good.
right next to you. Still there, door.
Take the
Okay,
inside
Charles.
of
We
the
think our
BMW here
refueling
and
window will open after
get out to that
30
banking
minutes.
first.
Closes after 30 minutes.
Still got a gaggle of cars behind. I see about 4 or 5 in the mirror.
There's an incident in. We'll stop. You think it might be
Another one.
on the right. Yellow flag. Watch out. React to Davis. Ahead is now 0.7.
So it's always my goal these races is to have a nice, clean, consistent laps. Not to have too much, sketchy incidents going on. Just drive my race and have a nice time. Get a nice little run up the outside of the Ferrari here.
V12.
Still there.
He has a better line going
Still
into
there.
turn 1 here.
Clear.
So he's going to take it back. smirk off into the grass to the right there.
Too wide on the left side. Clear, clear. On your right. Still there, man. Still there. Clear, clear, clear.
The guy in front is Davis.
So normally by about lap 5 in these races, the cars get spread out a bit and you have a little bit of breathing room. But here, different kind of story.
Jonathan is now leading.
Everybody's staying quite tight. Everybody jockeying for position. Had a massive slide there. I don't know how I saved that one. That was one of those moments where I don't know what I did to save it. Normally I slide like that and it just lose it. But somehow I managed to bring it back and just lose one spot. To Mr. Sergio Gomez, who will play a part in the last quarter of our race. He was oh, there he goes again. Somehow he comes back, and we're fighting for higher positions later on.
Left side. Still there. Awesome.
Move up past the Ferrari, and then I'll put us up into, I believe, P number 9. I think P9, P10. Shooting across at the line. P9.
P9. To Davis, ahead is now 1.2. The gap behind is now 0.9.
Notice in the bottom right corner me talking to myself practically. I didn't know it wasn't recording my voice. So it's always nice talking to yourself.
Fastest lap of the race. Davis in front is now 0.8.
Now we're just starting to pull away from the cars behind. We got a 2.1 second gap to P10 car. And I'll grow a bit over the coming laps.
degrees and 2/10 in sectors 2 and 3. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
Proceed to go off course there.
We've gone out of track limits. Keep right between the lines.
Clear. On your right.
So all that hard work getting up to that 2-second gap that the cars behind was just lost quickly in one corner.
Right.
A small little mistake, went a little too deep and then overcorrected the slide.
Clear him. On your left. Still there. You're clear.
There's an incident in turn 6.
So the spinning Merc didn't help anything, and of course the BMW on the inside spun as well, so took those 2 free spaces back. So oftentimes you get a guy spinning in front of you,
Alright Charles, you've got half
even
your
if
fuel
you're not
left.
in the way, if they're not in the way of you, it's still like distract you enough to have you spin the car or just be offline enough to not get the ideal, performance that you need. Can't comment how many times I've spun because I watched someone spin in front of me and just get a little bit distracted, which is never good. You want to kind of keep focused as much as possible, even though the car is either facing you or facing broadside to you in the middle of the track.
P10. Pit window is open. Gap to Gomez. Behind is now 3.4 seconds. Incident in turn 1. It looks like Blake. Okay, Charles, the next car is Davis. You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. incident in. We'll stop. We think it might be Gomez. Stay on it. This isn't over yet. P9. It's your best lap in this session. The gap to the lake behind is increasing. It's now 3.1 seconds.
Just pulling the gap a bit to the cars behind again. This time hopefully not making another mistake to close that gap up.
The gap to Davis ahead is now 3.3.
Just really focusing on hitting the apexes of the corners. Making sure that the braking zones are done well, and hit the apex nice to get the best exit possible.
There's an incident,
especially for the bus stop.
Looks like it's Rhoda.
Of course, this Porsche is going to come across here.
Place. Okay, Charles, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. That's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes. We're at the halfway point. We estimate 7 minutes of fuel remaining.
I normally run custom setups on these cars in these open setup series, and for some reason the setup I picked for this car had me with so much forward aero balance. It was just spinning the car. Even like through the kink in the infield there, the car would just be totally undrivable and just pitch itself and spin every single time, no matter what I did. And it would be just couldn't figure out why, because most of my setups I've ever had were pretty decent. So I checked it out. I actually defaulted back to the stock sprint setup, and it just lowered the downforce trim a bit. But yeah, I still had more downforce. I still had more drag than some of the cars out here, but it seemed to be paying off during this race. I guess the biggest thing for me is I want to be confident with the car and have the car feel good and have it do what I want. And that's what this car gave me. This car felt pretty good to drive around here, especially these the mid to late laps of the race. I'm just really feeling really comfortable hitting 145s, which is, for me, that's decent. I could do a high 144 in practice, but during the race it's a little different. You want to leave a small margin for error on the during the race pace.
Okay, Charles, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
It's going to be boxing soon, probably within a lap or so. I don't remember exactly what lap I pit on, but it seemed like after the pit stop, my tires kind of came down a bit in temperature. I had a little bit more grip. I was a little more speedy. And the rest of the last leg of the race after the pit stop, actually the second stint of the race, the car felt even better. I think I was overdriving the car a bit too much in the opening stints here, especially being in traffic and all that, trying to take different lines and not be on the optimal position for the corners. I still try to keep the car, you know, up to speed with the rest of the pack. Tricky to balance that out sometimes.
Keep an eye on that pit road, my man. You know, might be coming soon.
I believe I come in this lap.
Davis in. The gap is 2.4 seconds. They're pretty slow into turn 5. Alright, Charles, 15 minutes left. That's 15
Come in the
minutes.
box.
You've got one
Down to
gallon
55
left.
miles an
We're
hour
running
for the
on
pit
fumes,
lane
mate.
speed limit.
Hit this lap, in this lap. Pit lane speed limit is 55 miles per hour.
2, 1. Alright, bring your on pit this time, pit this time. Right here.
And of course, with iRacing, you can drive right through the cars in the pit lane. It doesn't affect anything there. So it kind of helps out a little bit. Normally, some other sims you can't do that. You have to make actual pit box, but I'll take it for this sim sometimes. It's nice.
Go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard.
It's just about like about 12 minutes or so to go in the race here. About. And like I said, after this pit stop, my car felt a little better. I think the tires cooled a little bit when they came back within their regular window. And the first couple laps here felt really, really good.
There's a car approaching. Stay behind the line.
Get up, my man. Tell him you're on the way. Clear.
And that's always nice to see coming out of the pits. It's the car sideways in front of you.
Leader pit road.
Cars pitting.
Leaders on pit road.
Souza is now in the lead.
Good run off the bus stop here. Nice slipstream going on with this Ferrari in front. Oh, he's in a box. After the pit stop, we're going to come out in P number, where is it? Let's see it. I think 11. P11.
Girl, get the fuck out of the way. All right.
Now we're just getting up to the battle ahead now. Now the guy behind me, Sergio, somehow he makes up that 6 seconds. I might make a mistake. I think I make a mistake somewhere. Let him catch up a bit. And we have a pretty good fight to the end of the race. And I got a little bit of help from this guy in front towards the end of the race as well. This guy in the black Ferrari here. And we'll talk about that when it happens. He comes in and save the day a little bit until I make a mistake again. But he did help me out towards the last maybe 2-3 laps of the race.
There's an incident in bus stop. You think it might be Muller?
Every lap, seems like.
New fastest lap for Jonathan, 1:44.18. The gap in front is now 1.9 seconds. Behind is increasing. It's now 7.6 seconds. 6th place. That's your quickest lap in this session. Okay, Charles. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Yeah, let's
Sergio
get up a bit there. He makes up that gap, and now the fight pretty much is on for this rest of this race now. It's gonna be Ferrari versus Porsche. He's well within the slipstream range with 0.3 per second there. You see him, I think he walks by into this bus stop here. It's a good run. Hold the inside line and it gets tougher for him, but it doesn't really matter. He just walks by.
Clear. Spin.
Keep pushing, we might get him back.
Another spin and bus stop.
Keep it nice and tight. Right, the next car is Gomez.
He's on the right side of me now.
All clear. On your right.
He's even out the slipstream, he has a better top speed than me. Just pulling away.
Clear him, clear.
Gaining a bit. Coming around to the front. Into turn 1 again. So I'm better through here, and he's better on the straights, but keeps a nice little battle going.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 79 Fahrenheit.
So I'm kind of sacrificing my entry to the bus stop to get a better exit, which I did not get there at that time, but try to roll it into the bus stop easy. but that didn't work that time.
Charles, this bastard's holding you up. You've got to find a way past.
And that put me off a
Keep it
bit
within the
there.
track limits.
It's going to allow this guy in the P19 to come up into the battle now. Marcel. So he's probably about 5-6 laps down, I believe, after the race I noticed. But he's going to be helpful here in a little bit.
Side. Clear him.
So now we have a 6.8 second gap to the car ahead now. And I was thinking in my head for sure that this guy is going to definitely be a problem for me, this lapped car. But it turns out, which I realized fairly quickly, is that he's helping me with bump drafting to get me up a bit. That'll come into play a little later in the race.
He's faster than you in 2, turn 5.
Because somehow in the next 5 minutes I make up that 7 seconds on this guy ahead. I believe he makes a mistake somewhere. And this Ferrari behind definitely helps out with the that battle a bit. Until I make a mistake, which we'll see too. So I was getting ready to settle for a P6 here. I'm not worried about the guy in front.
Alright Charles, relax, focus, keep it smooth. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Ahead is now 6.9 seconds.
Yeah, he must have spun up here.
145,
He's like on the 2 seconds down, 1 second. There he is. He made a mistake in turn 1.
Looks like it's
About 2 minutes to go, so we're going to have a lap or two to fight this out.
Left side. Clear. Good job.
So now we're all bunched together, me, Sergio, and Marcel behind, who's going to help me out, because I guess we're Ferrari teammates, I guess you could say.
push, push, push. We can get this guy.
So I thought he went for a pass there behind me, but then I noticed when I'm on the braking zone, he backed off a lot. So that gave me the tip that he was helping me draft. So now I trusted a bit more after that. He's coming again. It's helping a little bit. Keeps me in the fight a little bit longer. Up to about 7/10 to the car ahead now.
Got a cut warning. Keep it tidy, please, Charles.
Alright, so going into the bus stop again. I believe this is where I make my mistake here. Yep. Missed the braking, cut across. Now I get a slowed down penalty here. So now, what I was thinking, and I wasn't sure
You need to give back the time gained.
if this was the last lap or not. I don't think it was, but at the time I didn't know if it was or not. And I had that slowed down penalty to serve, and I wanted to serve before the stop finish line because you get a massive penalty if you don't serve that. So I wanted to serve it, so I pulled out, let him go by, white flag, I conceded to 6th place, and that was about it for the rest of this race. But
White flag.
had I known and was confident that it was not the last lap, I would have pushed and lost that time in turn 1 versus slowdown penalty, but whatever, it is what it is. So this race is going to end up with a P6 from P20 on the grid, which is not bad for a morning after coming home from work. I'm not expecting to really do a race, but I figured I'd jump in quick and hit one up before I went to bed. So this week I gotta solve my issue with this recording during streaming. Not streaming, recording the audio during my races here, because for some reason I did a test and it worked. It recorded the audio as I was driving, and then I get to my race here and I must have either hit the button by accident or somehow shut the mic off, but it didn't record the audio for the race, which makes it way easier for me to do commentary while racing than it is to do commentary after racing. But
Well, on the right.
oh, never mind. I do take P5.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
I do take P5. Go miss, but out at the bus stop, like everybody else in this race has. I think every car pretty much had some kind of incident at this bus stop. But anyway, so that's P5 now. But yeah, I'll solve that issue with the recording and get more videos out.
P5. There's the finish. Good drive.
Check the flag. Great job, bud. Good job in the pit, fellas.
Alright guys, so until next time, I haven't streamed anything in a long time. I think I'm going to have to do that soon. Haven't been doing too much racing. I've been doing a lot of trips. We went to Sebring 12 hours and in real life, and since I've been back I haven't been doing too much racing. I did do a race at Sebring. I have to commentate on that as well. But I'll catch you next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want. I'll catch you next time.